What is going on, guys? It is Arham Games here. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. In today's video we are going to be doing our month later review over GFuel's Sour Shamrock. So this flavor has been released for a while now, also known as Sour Green Apple. And yeah, we're just now getting to our month later review of it. So if you guys saw yesterday's video, the pink drip month later, this is going to be similar to that. I can actually give you guys a little bit of an insight on how much I've actually been drinking this flavor for a month now. I will give you guys, my results of the test from the original week later, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead, dive right into this. Let's look at the tub because it has been a while, and this tub is kind of a unique tub. The Sour Shamrock version of it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first of all, this tub's got like that rainbow and the gold behind it. I don't think that the actual, regular tub of this actually has all that on it, but that's really cool. Also, the three-leaf clovers down here. Pretty cool, honestly, overall. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into a shaker cup and mix it up, and then we'll come back and I'll give you guys some thoughts on it. Alrighty, so I would say that we are ready to go here. Once again, here was the color that it made. It did make like a green, like toxic color. So we're going to start with talking about my week with this originally. So drank this flavor for a week straight, morning flavor, night flavor, evening flavor, around lunchtime flavor, tall boy, small, whatever my normal tests are for the flavor. So you guys know that number one, first and foremost, I was super pumped up about this flavor because this was the number one flavor that I wanted to see released in 2021. I have wanted to see this flavor for a while now, ever since GFuel first released Sour Cherry. I thought, man, eventually down the line, no brainer, there has to be a Sour Green Apple GFuel flavor, and that's what we got with this one. So overall, you guys know that my hype level for this and my excitement level for this was pretty high going into it, which might have hindered, the results of this a little bit. But we'll get into that here in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get a taste of this, and I will continue talking about my, test with it for a week. All right. So yes, first off, spot on to green apple taste. We do get that nice sourness that you get in the back of your mouth with it. But one thing that I did realize when I first did the initial taste test of it, and back then I was actually drinking sour green apple a little bit leading up to, or not sour green apple, but I was drinking green apple leading up to the release of sour green apple. So then I could, remind myself of what green apple was tasting like. Green apple is one of my favorite GFuel flavors. I think it's a very underrated flavor. So, I was super excited going into this. I remember in the initial taste test talking about how I don't think that there was too much added sourness to it, which could be a good or a bad thing. So this flavor has potential, had the potential to be the most sour GFuel flavor ever, because if you've had a sour green apple candy, normally those are the most sour of the bunch. So this flavor, though, doesn't overkill the sour, honestly. I think that it might just be slightly sour than the original green apple, but honestly, it almost tastes, like green apple in a way, just with like that little extra sourness, because green apple by itself is already sour. So I don't know, I guess I was expecting more sour out of it. Like I said, had potential to be the most sour flavor, but we don't have that here. And I think GFuel played it safe a little bit with that, because if it's too overkill on the sour department, not a lot of people are going to want it. So I think they numb back the sourness a little bit to get where we're at today with this final product of sour green apple, which is good. I think that's a good move on their part, because of the fact that, they want to sell more in the end than, if it was overkill sour, nobody's going to buy it. That flavor is going to get vaulted within a year. So I think that numbing back the sourness a little bit actually helped with this flavor. I think that it was a very smart move on GFuel's part. And overall, they came up with a really good flavor. I mean, I think that it does suck that it does taste very similar to the original green apple, but that could be said with any sour flavor. Sour phaseberry tastes like phaseberry, just with a lot of sourness added to it. So, when we're looking at that, I guess, it's, it could be talked about both ways, whether it's good or bad. I mean, for me, I can see both sides of it. I was expecting more sour, but, we do get a nice mix of sour and green apple in this, and it's a smart move on GFuel's part to do that. Now, as far as my testing goes, good in a tall shaker cup, good in a regular shaker cup, not a good morning flavor. So let's talk about that. None of these sour flavors I would ever recommend to drink in the morning. So, you know, you're first waking up, you don't want to have a hit of sourness right away in your face. So this is definitely one to drink, you know, if you've been up for a little bit of time, you know, around lunchtime, evening, or maybe even at night when you're gaming, studying, stuff like that. For all those things, that's when to drink this. Kind of similar to Pink Drip in a way. That's when you definitely want to drink this flavor. You know, I basically, you know, would have it more towards the nighttime, you know, when I'm gaming, playing Fortnite, and stuff like that. And like, that's what I think that this flavor is good for. You definitely want to wait until those later times to drink this, because if you drink it in the morning, it's actually probably not going to taste that great to you at the time. So keep that in mind when drinking this flavor. You're definitely going to want to do it more at night. Or in the evening time, or, you know, middle of the day time, somewhere in there. Definitely not when you first wake up though, because it's not going to taste that good. But if you go off of that and, you know, you drink it around those times, it's good. It's a very good, not overkill sour. I mean, we've already covered that pretty much, but not overkill sour. I mean, it does taste very similar to, like, I would say green apple tastes like a green apple Jolly Rancher, just with a little extra sourness to it. So, you know, that's basically what we have here. We have a GFuel flavor that's a little bit sour than its original GFuel flavor. So almost to me seems like it's more of a reskin than an actual own flavor than itself. But like I said, I would have to really, you know, taste these side by side to really tell. I still have not done that yet, unfortunately. But, you know, sour green apple. I was hyped about this flavor. I think that, you know, my overall hype of it might have brought it down a little bit for me when I actually did get to try it. But it's still a great GFuel flavor. Don't get me wrong. If you know, normal green apple never came back and we only had sour green apple, I mean, sour green apple would definitely take its spot in the top 10 or wherever I have it right now, because of the fact that it is so similar, and, you know, it's the flavor that is the most obvious when you think of sour flavors. So I'm glad that GFuel finally decided to release it, and I'm glad that, you know, they did what they did with it. You know, it's not super sour, and that's a good thing, I think. Yeah, overall, really good flavor. If you guys like the original sour green apple, you guys will like that flavor. If I had to give it a rating today, you know, after drinking it for as long as I've drank it, I'd probably go ahead and give it like an 8.5 out of 10 or a 9, somewhere in there. You know, one thing that I do wish I've done more with this flavor is drink it more. Unfortunately, I don't think that this is a situation like how Pink Drip was, where I just kind of like almost forgot that it was a flavor. I knew this flavor released this year and stuff like that. I think that it's more of a thing that I, you know, had to taste these, you know, taste tests back to back to back, you know what I mean? Eventually, you know, got out of sync with everything. So it's a good flavor. I would definitely reach for it again, 100%, you know, but overall, you know, in turn of that, you know, I haven't been drinking it too much, but this is a flavor that I could definitely see myself drinking more and more now that, you know, we're starting to slow down a little bit with these GFuel releases. So anyways, like I said, 8.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, somewhere in there. It's a good flavor. Unfortunately, you can't get the sour shamrock version of it anymore, but it is still up on the website as sour green apple. I highly recommend it if you guys like, you know, sour green apple candy or just regular green apple stuff. Definitely go for it. It does taste very good. It doesn't taste like a regular, you know, fruit green apple. It does taste like a candy green apple. So there's that for you guys as well. But anyways, other than that, that's pretty much my week later for it. It's a good flavor. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, smash the like button down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos. Tomorrow we will have the Juice Week Later video up for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.